So Russia and the US are starting to negotiate over the situation in Ukraine, and we know that Trump adores Vladimir Putin. But what does Putin actually think about Trump? Let's try and answer this question using political science. If we use the selector theory by political scientist Bruce Bruana de Mesquita, we know that every leader has the same goal: stay in power for as long as possible. So in a democracy, you do that by pleasing the voters and winning elections. But Putin is a dictator, so he doesn't need to win elections. He needs a loyal group of oligarchs, and he needs to keep the population in check through propaganda. Trust me, it's all gonna link back to Trump soon. Russia's propaganda machine runs on one of the oldest tricks in the book: create an external enemy. Now, for Russia, that enemy has always been America, and Putin is presented as the protector of all Russians. And if we look at the data, whenever Russians start feeling more positive about the US, Putin's approval ratings drop. Whenever tensions with America rise, boom, Putin's ratings go up again. So it's in Putin's interest not to get along with America and not to get along with Trump. But now, Trump is messing with this formula, because a lot of Russians actually like Trump. During the US election campaign, while the majority of Russians didn't like either candidate, 37% supported Trump and only 5% liked Kamala Harris. And that's dangerous for Putin. His entire regime is built on Russia versus America. For years, Russian propaganda pushed the idea that only Putin could protect traditional Christian values against the Western influence. But now, Trump is doing the same thing. Trump and Putin have very similar messaging on, for example, Christian values or trans policies. Also, Russian media often discredits international institutions like the UN and the International Criminal Court. But that narrative is now broken too, because Trump imposed sanctions on the International Criminal Court and withdrew from UN Human Rights Council. And it's actually fascinating. I've been watching Russian state media the last couple of days. Some of you know I speak Russian, and they're very careful about Trump. They're not attacking him, but they're also not making him the hero. Instead, they're pushing a subtle message. Trump listens to Putin. Trump agrees with Putin. They position Trump's messaging as a win for Putin, who, as they claim, was right all along. They have to keep that Russia versus America dynamic. So how does Putin really feel about Trump? Well, he doesn't care about Trump personally. Putin only cares about staying in power. His attitude towards Trump will depend on whether Trump can help him with that or not.